episode of Talking Orlando Pirates. Maparachuchu, we are live and kicking. Back to the season, Bafetu. Not a great start against this Sekhukhune, my chance. The boys looked a little bit sluggish, still on holiday, Nyana. The tempo was not there, the mispassing. Yes, we got the chances, Moeneeb. I think it's those games, where, when you come back from that recess, to adjust, it takes a bit of time. And then, it's those games where you get that one chance to score because you just need the confidence just to get through the 90 minutes, get the 3 points, and then you are done. How do you take Paris' performance today, Mfit?
Listen, Cheez, the main thing I'm disappointed with is the fact that an opportunity has gone. You know what I'm saying, Cheez? And opportunities don't come around a lot in this league now, because there's that second half of the season where teams start to find their momentum and get going. You know what I'm saying? So we have to kick off from like this opportunity that we got in Sekhukhune. It's a missed opportunity, It's a missed opportunity to put the pressure on the rest of everybody, right? Yes, it's a first game, Cheez. That's 100% of December, You could see some of them were still playing with sombreros in their hairs. They're still there, it wasn't us. It wasn't us. It was a very lackluster, lack of creativity, low intensity. But it's always, if you've been laying on the beach from the 25th of December till Manje, it's difficult to get into that rhythm again. Things could have been a lot worse where we couldn't have gotten a point at all. Right? But we just lacked we lacked creativity, we lacked the intensity because we saw that Sekhukhune was they went into a middle low block, and that is where we needed patience. We needed patience just to move the ball and run, and we never had that, which we do have. We have it in our arsenal. But like you said, the Christmas bells are still ringing in our ear. I think it's time for us to get back onto that horse again and get going again. We got the point, we take the point, but the 3 points would have been so much better.
Moeneeb, like for me, I just feel like it's 3 points lost, especially looking at what the team is chasing for the season. I know it's the first game coming back from recess, but somehow it doesn't need to be a smooth, a clean game. You just want to get over that line and get those 3 points, And I just felt like at certain points the boys are not realizing that this could be like more of a cup final where you just have to throw everything and try and get those 3 points because you want to create that gap, between you and Sundowns, and with the games closing up as well, it's going to make it a little bit more difficult, Mfethu. Where do they get the mental strength to bounce back, Mfethu?
Yeah, 100%, Pincham. And the thing is, Cheez, that's what I'm saying. I'm disappointed in that because of the 3 points that we lost today, right? Our approach as well. Our approach of the game was well because, listen, we love Tito. We love him. But I think
I wanted to talk about him, but continue, Moeneeb. I'll talk about Tito in a second.
Later, But what I just wanted to say, Cheez, is just our approach, is where from the coach, especially today, I just question the one thing is if we know we want to play with intensity, we play with creativity, then we use those type of players. You know what I'm saying? If, for example, we want to slow the game down, we want to put our foot on the ball, then we'll need a player like a Tito. Yes, then we need a player like him. But if we want to go at teams and go at hard, play with intensity, play with creativity, go at teams, make them chase us, then we need the Apollos and the what's his name? The Reles and the energy boys. Moremi was one who was trying at it, He was at the beginning, he was really, really trying in the beginning. Like for me, Orlando Pirates only played in the first 10 minutes and in the last 15 minutes of the game. That is when I saw a little bit of our team. Then I saw a glimpse a bit of our team again, But that whole in between that period, we just never looked ourselves. We moved the ball so slowly with no intensity, with no purpose. We just never looked ourselves. But as soon as the changes were made where we brought on our speedy boys and our creative players, then we looked a little bit different. But yet still again, in that final third, in the box there, we lack that killer instinct, As maybe because of all the cheesecakes and the what and nyana, we are still feeling full. We are not hungry, hungry in the sense of we are not hungry to see the title it's downhill now, Cheez. It's downhill now, Pincham. That is what we must realize, So that is why we are on about it, is because every game is important for us. And if we're so close to open any little gap, to put pressure on the other team is what is needed to put pressure on the other ones who's chasing, it's needed. So even if, like you say, if we get the 1-0 with a toe poke, or it hits your ear and it goes in, yes, that we don't mind. We get the points because that's what it's all about now, you know. But fortunately for us, we have the good football in us. We have the creativity in us to open up teams, but it just wasn't there today. I'm not angry. I'm not disappointed about it, but it's just a wasted opportunity, you know. And I think it's the whole team. I not blame, but you know, just a question to some for us to look back at the coach as well, and our team will go together and I'll just go work out. Listen, did we get this right today on the day of tactics?
Yeah, no, for me, Moeneeb, I'll say, the lineup, the coach might have got it wrong, you know, because I think the thinking was having to rest the players that were gone to the AFCON, you know, Arele, Apollos. Okay, Evidence started the game because he really never played much in the AFCON. But same as Rele never had too many minutes in the AFCON. Maybe Apollos, you know, you could be saying, okay, maybe I can put him in the second half. But if you're looking to kill the game off, rather start with those players as they fatigue after the 60th minute. Then you can start bringing in your Ntsimbis after getting that 1 or 2 goals, because you know that the first game coming from recess is always the most difficult match to play.
Yeah. And Sekhukhune is a hard team, Cheezy, 100%, man.
Yes.
That is the mindset that I was expecting to see. You know, I was expecting to see that, and the mindset would have been shown in the selection of the squad, the selection of the team.
Yeah.
That would have told us already, listen, this is what we're going to be doing. But when I saw the selection of the team, I knew, hey, this is going to be a little bit of a slow start, slow movement of the ball, you know. That is just because of the selection. But it's not a major issue. But it's something that we have to get right immediately, because our next game is around the corner again. Then we have to go again, and we have to get that gap. All we should be focusing is getting a gap on these ones. The next game is very important for us, Cheez, and the yellow team there is blowing hot. But I'm not worried about them, because I know they're gonna get excited somewhere. And then when they get excited, and then they're going to forget what the purpose is, why they're doing it, you know, because they love the cheers of the supporters, because they're not used to it, you know. So now their stadium is going to be starting to fill up again now, and then they're going to get excited. Hey, we're playing for the crowd and forgetting what the purpose is to win the title. So I'm not worried about them. You know what I'm saying? Worried about us. And us is get on that horse immediately. Get everything right, you know, selection, team selection, player mentalities, and that hunger and the desire to push on for every single game now.
The other thing I was a bit worried about in this game, the combination of our left back Ndawa and Moremi. The combination, that's what I'm saying today, the lineup was a bit, I don't know how the coach picked it up, you know, because I looked at, you have a Van Rooyen, you have a Sebilibili. So if you have a Dino Van Rooyen, you're looking at a Dino that you want to constantly overlap, but you have a Sebilibili that always likes to hang on to the line. Hence, you never seen much of Dino. Hence, probably was substituted. Hence, you could not see much of Moremi as well, because the combinations on the sides, I think today they were totally off. No supply to the striker. I'll go back to what I spoke about. And I know a lot of people are watching us now, because namhlanje is live. Mapagania, football lovers, SoccerBeat lovers, please tell your friends to log in. But tell you this is live namhlanje, because there's so much to talk about. I mean, Pirates just got back now into their first game. The rhythm does not look like it's there. The ship looks like it's had a stop at a depot somewhere. But hopefully, going into the next match, they'll probably pull up their socks and play much more better with much more energy. I didn't see the energy today. I understand it's hot.
Nothing.
It's Baram, you know. And I look at how they were, you know, passing the ball. The ball rotation was so slow from left to right, so slow. No runners going behind the defense, you know.
Nothing.
Nobody willing to take on players, combination plays, missing passes. We spoke about a Tito, you know. I'm looking at a Tito that's like, I think he's still in his holidays, you know. I mean, you know, nothing from him, you know. And I expected him, you know, especially, you know, after not being playing in the AFCON and being part of that, he must be coming out as a player that's very hungry, because, I mean, the Master Chef was playing in that number 10 position. So there is space for that number 10 position, because nobody has raised their hand to say, hey, Hugo Bros, if I perform, create, and score goals, you can call me. But he was a bit sluggish today, but slow with the ball. Decision making was poor.
Yegi, Hugo Bros. They must impress our coach there, you know? Like, look, if you look, Lerato's mentioned it as well. Yes, she's mentioned it as well. When she saw the lineup, she was frustrated as well because she could see it. You know what I'm saying? She could see, she could feel it already with just looking at the lineup, exactly like we mentioned. But like you say, Cheez, we have Tito, we have Mbule there as well, right? You can see it's two similar players, but different mindsets. If you look at Mbule has the same that slow, easy movements, right? But he has that forward movement when he wants to go forward. He has a good forward pass. With Tito would rather turn in a circle first before we go forward. Yes, there is time and space for that. But when the time calls for it, which I say is, the fact is, when the game is sealed, like you mentioned, when the game is sealed, then we can bring a Tito on. We can bring a Tito on. Then it's perfect for the game. But if we want to go 100 miles, we want to go with energy, we want to go with purpose, then we need the right people in that position. Like Lerato has said, that she was disappointed because you could see the lineup and that whole lackluster performance. It was lackluster. Billy. I think Cheezy, I'm honestly he needs to go and see Sagomba again, because what he used in the beginning of the season has expired. It has expired, my friend. You need to go and revitalize the tree or something, or the Khutets or the Nyana things, whatever. You need to go revitalize it, because it looks like the tree has burnt out. You need to get a new tree. He doesn't look the same player, and like you say as well, he was giving us no options on the right-hand side. But we take the point. We take the point. The point is going to be vital, because it could have been worse. You know what I'm saying? So we take the point. Grace is saying,
Grace, I see what Grace. I see Grace. We see you.
Easy, Grace.
We see you, Grace.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Grace,
it's one of those performances. They happen. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are also trying to reply to your guys' comments as well at the same time while we discuss the match. I think what stands out as well is Snetemba Snezo at 4396. He says Paris didn't need Mbata and Makaula in the same starting lineup. Playing Sibilibili and Van Rooyen killed Tito's game. How many games Paris didn't win when Tito is there? So I also had that. I'll agree with, because I don't feel like we could have had a Mbata and Makaula starting in this type of a match, where Sekhukhune is only using wing play. They normally don't come centrally. So you might have just used one holding midfielder so that you have a lot of moments in attack, in terms of bringing in maybe, if you have a Tito, then bring in a Rele to start with Tito, and have maybe a Makaula or Mbata setting, and make sure that you have numbers in terms of attacking. Because at some stages, balls would go out wide, and I look in the box, it's only Makgopa. Tito outside the box. Sibilibili is out there on the wing there, is waiting to cross the cross from the other side. You can't cross the cross. You must
inside,
finish.
Man. Get inside. No, true. Here when I Wamo. Wamo is saying, he's talking his crap here. Wamo, my friend, you are watching the game through yellow lenses, my friend. Yellow lenses. So you are looking, actually, you are watching the game through your ass, my friend. So what about these cows cost us AFCON? We are not talking AFCON here. We are talking Pirates here.
Wait. Nippy. I wanna add on to what I've heard with this comment here. The departure of Mabasa. I think now that I see, okay, it's the first game, you can't really judge much, but I think we are gonna lack a bit of firepower in the second round of the season. I'm looking at Makgopa now.
I hear you.
Doesn't look like the guy that's always going to be in the starting lineup to score. Mbutuma has always been coming on as a sub. He's had games where he started, but he's never shown. Sometimes, Nippy, as a striker, when you get chances, when you miss, get into the right positions, you give us hope that once you get it right, you are going to score the goals. But if you can't even create chances for yourself and get yourself in positions to score, then it's a huge worry, because I know we signed De Jong, but if I look at now what we have on the bench, I think we are going to miss Mabasa. I mean, he just scored against Stelis right now, as much as things have been ongoing on, but we have to work with what we have currently. But point taken from one of the fans that sent now and says it was vigilant that, we missed a player like Mabasa, because you're taking out Makgopa, you're putting it in Butuma. So rather, we are used to Makgopa out, Mabasa in, Mabasa scores the winner, or vice versa, where Mabasa starts, Makgopa comes in and he scores the winner. So
Yeah,
how
Cheez.
difficult is it going to be for us, Moeneeb, for this second round in terms of scoring goals?
Not difficult at all, Cheez, because we've been scoring goals without Babasa as well. Remember that, right? We cannot cry over spilled milk. You know, the decision was made for Babasa to leave, and he left. You know, and he left, and that is it. You know, we have guys who can win match winners on the team. We have Apollos, we have Rele, we have these guys who can score goals. We have Moremi, we have these people who can score goals, Cheez. You know, but like we say again, our lineup today, the way we started the game was just not. What we were expecting to get the result that we wanted, you know. And Klo says as well, listen, it's 100% Klo. Klo says that, listen, it was just not our day. And it wasn't our day because, you know, but all we're doing is highlighting what we've seen as supporters is the fact that our lineup wasn't right. If we had the proper lineup and things like this, I think we wouldn't have been speaking about Mabasa. You know what I'm saying? And we know Makgopa lacks goals, but we have goals in other areas. Makgopa will always be in the box there, but like you say, the creativity wasn't there. The balls coming into the box for him wasn't there. He was isolated at times, where we have wingers standing on the outside when he should be on the inside, when the ball's on the opposite side. So all those things factored into the result today. You know what I'm saying, Cheez? So I'm not going to be going on about Makgopa, what's his name, Mabaso anymore, because he's not our property anymore. So we have to do with what we have. And what we have must be used properly. Well, yeah, Cheez, it must be used properly. That is it. I think the selection was a bit off today, but hey, we don't strength. We don't. Wamo, no strength language. Yeah.
Yeah, Wamo, noted. Wamo, noted.
No strong language.
Noted. Wamo,
noted. I agree.
Noted.
It's just the game.
Noted.
But
it's
don't
just the
call
passion. It's the passion fruit.
Yeah. Don't call our players cows, my friend. You don't call our players cows, then we will talk nicely. Agreed, Wamo? Sharp.
Nipi, let's look at now the possibilities now. I know it's still a bit early, you know, to talk about, you know, how close we are with the title race. But for now, I think are we now gonna see the Orlando Pirates that's being inconsistent when it comes to playing so-called smaller teams? Because that's where the points are. You know, I'll make an example. If you play against an Orbit and draw against an Orbit and you win against a Sundowns, the most valuable points are the points where you play a Sekhukhune, a Gallant, you know, the team that are down there fighting to actually stay in the league. I think that's where we need to grab it. Are we seeing a Pirates that's going to be inconsistent again towards the end of the season? Because, I mean, our hopes are so high, Moeneeb. The fans are really like, guys, there's nothing to focus on, but just win and get the 3 points. Inconsistency, are we going to see that?
That's an amazing worry that has been on my head as well, Cheez, which I don't want to give any power to. You understand? Because I want to believe that, hey, it's only the first game. Because easily we can be thinking, Cheez, like that, where have we peaked too early? We can easily be thinking that. But that will be reading too deep into situations. You understand what I'm saying, Cheez? The only way we will be able to can judge is when our next game is how we react in our next game comes. You understand? How our reaction is to the next game. So I'm not going to give any thought to that mindset, because I wouldn't like to believe it, although it does leave that in your head, you know. It does sit in the back of your mind because we have experience about it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to give power to it. I'm going to give our belief into our boys for our next game is where we're going to turn around, where we know what the issues are. Our coach know what the issues are, because that is what our coach is good at, is solving the problem. And our problems will be solved because it's not major problems. It's not major problems, Cheez. Yes, we're going to be arguing now about the goal that we didn't score and we're missing this and we're missing that. No, we missed nothing. We've been doing everything without the thing that we've been missing. We are a good team. We're not a single base team. And if our striker is not scoring goals, we make do with what we have. We have other goal-scoring areas.
Unfortunately, Kat is one of the guys we work with. Kat, we are going extra time. Amapagania are really asking a lot of questions here. There's one, Moeneeb, you know, I think it's one from our members from SoccerBeat. They say Muzi Paledi 747 is suggesting strikers coach for Orlando Pirates. Do you think that's the way we should go? Because the first part of the season, Moeneeb, if you look at the first 6, 7, 8 games, Pirates should be winning games 5, 4, but we always win 1, 2. Could that be a suggestion? Call Jerry's Kosana there.
Is that suggestion coming from one of the SoccerBeat employees who does the talking Sundown show. Is it
I
that
don't
one?
know.
We've
I
got to
don't know
look
it's
for
talking
problems.
who, but it's
We've
somebody
got-
in the family.
I hear you. But listen, no, man. Let's not look too deep into things. We are reaching now. Let's not reach. There's no issues. There's no problems. It's just a game. Like what's his name has mentioned. Chloe has mentioned. It's just an off day. Simple. It's an off day which we're gonna have to fix. Which we're gonna fix. They're definitely gonna fix in the next training session, which I'm sure will be tomorrow, because the way the performance was today, I think they should be training tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But it's listen, it will be fixed. I'm not going to be reaching into anything about the striker this and the striker that. We're going to get over this cheese, and the next game is going to show it. And all our worries are going to be put to bed.
Danko Nipi. Hey, SoccerBeat lovers, Mamelani, there's a lot we can talk about, and I see your guys' comments, they're flowing in, guys, and your suggestions as well, your opinions. I really love it. It's great engagement. I think, we actually love it when you guys actually tell us that, hey, this is what we've seen on the team, and this is how the team can improve, because it's all about that. It's all about trying to help the team, help the boys. Yes, they all know that they were noodle-legged, as a saying on one of the comments. They were noodle-legged. So they had a bit of spaghetti legs and what, but it's the first game. It happens. So I think we can let this one slide, Moeneeb, because of it. It's a build-up towards the other matches coming. Friendly games are not as competitive as the real deal, So can't wait to see them on the next match, Moeneeb, and hopefully the boys can pick up their socks and know what's at stake and what the fans are expecting from them. And before I close, Nippy, there was one who asked that why didn't the coach play De Jong? Because the player has been signed, why didn't he play him? So for me, my answer, before you can answer that one, before we close, I think obviously with the pressure of the game, having signed the player, you're looking to put him into the team when the team is really maybe doing well, maybe a 1-0 goal up, 2-0 goal up. You don't want to put too much pressure, because right now, you put a De Jong now, everybody's expecting goals, So also for him to sit on the bench and experience the atmosphere, experience how everything goes on the field of play, how the supporters' reactions are, So smaller things. So hopefully, I'm sure next game we will see De Jong. What's your take on that, Njami, before we close?
Of course. And I think it's only fair that he sits and sees and analyzes everything and how the things work in an Orlando Pirates environment. You know what I'm saying, Cheez? And we saw Tito was in there today. And Tito knows now that there's pressure on him now. You know what I'm saying? With a player like Andre De Jong, who's creative and scores goals, while we've been calling whole time, I even forgot. I forgot. We've been calling wata, mabasa, wata, witty. We've got Andre De Jong, and that boy will come and show everyone what the Mlungu witch doctor he can do. Maybe we must take Sibili to Andre De Jong's witch doctor. So listen, I have no fear. I have faith. We have depth. I heard there was a question of depth also. Do we have depth in our squad? I think it was coming from the SoccerBeat guy. If there was depth, we have depth. We've just signed absolute quality now in Andre De Jong. So I have no fear, Cheez. The coach will get us right next game. The players will get their minds right, and everything will be fine. You know what I'm saying? So I have no fears. Muzi, you're 100% right. Muzi wants to open a strikers academy with Cheez. Muzi, I'm a goalkeeper, my friend. My strikers will be scoring less goals. We'll be seeing our strikers score own goals. So leave me in the strikers' goal.
You must just let them in, Nippy. You must just let them in for confidence. Just for confidence, okay? Show them nice drills there, how to finish.
So you want to base the academy on a lie? Is that what you are saying? You want to base this academy?
We hear you. Nippy, we don't have too much time, my man. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know first time we are live, me and Nippy. Hopefully we can do more of these where we can also have this interaction. I really love it, guys. And I love you guys. Especially Lama Parania. Don't lose focus, guys. Have faith. It's the first game. A point is better than not taking anything at all. So guys are still noodle-legged. I love that word, noodle-legged. The guys are still noodle-legged. So hopefully coach will put them in hot water and boil them lekker so that they come out nicely, so we can take the Chinese sticks, take the master chef from where he is and we say go and eat the noodles.
We'll
Okay.
be fine.
So
Cheez, we'll be fine.
Nippy,
We'll be fine.
close
I
it. You
see-
can close
Cheez-
it, Nippy. Close it for me. Close it for me.
No, I'm not closing. I thought Coach Pizzo is looking for teams to coach, Manje. I think he's looking for a team to coach. I see he's sitting here in the comment section saying the pressure is coming. Pressure is coming. Ima Pizzo, man. Ima.
Still
Close
early,
it for
Pitro.
us.
Hey, SoccerBeat lovers, bafethu sibongile. Thank you so much, Maparania. Keep on supporting the boys. We'll always rail against the boys with or after, whenever, before. We'll always be there. We'll also make sure that we also give you the best information in terms of the players, in terms of the match, how we see the match. And I'm glad today, Moeneeb, we're given a chance to interact with our fans. And guys, for me and Nippy,
this is beautiful.
we love you so much. SoccerBeat lovers. Sisonke bafethu. Don't forget, this is the real cheese cheddar, the real mozzarella. Petu slim cut. Whiskas. No Ted bafethu. One love. Oh yeah, we out. Enjoy your weekend.